You have offered to step up. I have said from the beginning, if you're looking at the constitutionality of what the state legislature of Pennsylvania did, it directly contradicts the language in Pennsylvania state constitution. Now, that to me is a slam dunk case the Supreme Court should take. You're now willing to argue that, which, by the way, let the record note, you have won cases in the Supreme Court. Well, that's right, Sean, and it's good to be with you this evening. We're seeing across the country lawsuits that are challenging voter fraud, that are challenging irregularities in the election. And in Pennsylvania, this appeal to the Supreme Court raises very serious issues. It raises pure issues of law. And I believe the Supreme Court should choose to take the case. I think they should hear the appeal. And as you noted, the legal team reached out and asked if I would be willing to present the oral argument if the court took the case. And I told them I'd be happy to, because particularly at a time when this country is so divided, when people are so angry, I think we need a sense of resolution, and we need the Supreme Court to step in and ensure that we're following the Constitution and following the law. Right now, it's not healthy for our democracy what we're seeing, and in Pennsylvania, the problem was made worse because the Pennsylvania Supreme Court is a partisan Democratic court that has issued multiple decisions that were just on their face contrary to law, and that's not how elections are supposed to work.
Independent poll workers and poll challengers who said they were prevented from fully doing their jobs and were treated with hostility. NTV's Christina Kim has the story.
Witnesses in Michigan gave similar testimonies of the irregularities they saw in the absentee vote counting process. One witness said that their testimonies and affidavits are so important because videotaping was not allowed at the center. Many spoke of seeing or experiencing GOP poll workers being harassed.
I witnessed the room erupt in thunderous applause and derogatory cheering as Republican poll workers were picked off one by one and ejected from the room repeatedly by police escort throughout the day, all trying to intimidate me and prevent me from doing my job, claiming that I was endangering their workers, trying to kill their people, and even holding a pen in a threatening way. Yet, when non-GOP operatives would stand near the tables and harass me, no one would give them any problem at all.
And from my skin color, everybody assumes that I'm a Democrat. And so they just kind of come to me, and one of the ladies was singing that let's get these MFs out. And I'm like, MFs who? Like, because she thought I was a Democrat. Then when I pulled out my tag, she looked at me and she was like, you're on the wrong side.
This is a bill which aims to crack down on rampant voter fraud. One America's John Hines spoke with Congressman Brian Babin to learn more about that proposal.
Texas GOP Congressman Brian Babin tells One America News that the ease with which people were able to steal the ballots of deceased persons and cast illegitimate votes in the 2020 election should disturb and outrage every American, and that he hopes to stop the practice.
Our election processes in each of our individual states, we've seen some horrendous evidence that there's been some irregularities, some illegalities and fraud going on, and we've had a number of cases where literally dead people have voted. And so I've, and my staff, have come up with a bill, H.R. 8830, You Must Be Alive to Vote Act, that will specify that these states and these counties absolutely must purge their voter rolls of deceased individuals.
And people who are deceased have been documented, according to President Trump's lawyers and witnesses in hearings over the last several days, to have voted in any number of elections just passed. In several
Group filed a bombshell case in Georgia, bolstering the Trump legal team case against the election. One America's Chanel Leon has more.
Last night, going into one of the lawsuits in Georgia, which I believe the president's team has joined, that has about 500 pages to it because it includes the names and addresses and voter IDs and dates of birth of all the people who cast illegal ballots or in whose names illegal ballots were cast and had other anomalies such as registering at fake addresses that we were able to determine. So that will go into the courtroom, and it's, I think, maybe the first time some of our work has gone to a courtroom where it will be seriously considered. and maybe make a difference. And I'm very optimistic about that. And it's a very comprehensive filing. It's not just my work, but work that's based on my work and other analyses and other affidavits from witnesses, etc. who've gone into that.
Brainerd handed his data findings directly to Georgia lawmakers for verification. His findings include thousands of voters who are ineligible to vote and asks legislators for the state of Georgia to verify his data.
County, Georgia. Now, this is very suspicious, very fishy. Something is strange is really going on. As you can see, Ruby Freeman, and you see her daughter is walking in, look like some Chick-fil-A or something. But watch this video very closely. As you can see, they're sitting there talking for a while and discussing something. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure somebody got it on video. But it's very strange. Very strange how all of this is going on. But I looked at this video really closely, and there's a lot of videos out on these two. You got Ruby Freeman and her daughter, Shay Moss. But I think her name is also Wondra Moss. I'm not for sure, but there's so many videos floating around. But just pay close attention to this. Watch what she do with her right hand. Shay, watch what Shay did. She gonna reach across and get something out of her mom's hand. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna assume. We'll let them do their investigation and figure that out. As you can see, I guess they're praying right here, or they're saying a prayer or something. But as you see how she's leaning over, it's very suspicious. But I don't know who this guy is. He gives me some kind of decor. I don't know what he is, but he walked up. And you guys probably look at this video and might can see different things going on that I can't see or other people can't see. But it's a really clear video. Whatever camera was out there, and you see he's putting his hand in his pocket. But watch real closely. Watch what Shay do. She put her mask on, and you see she got her right hand up. Watch she reach across, grab something from her mom. She looking around, make sure nobody's looking. Check this out. What was that? You see she got it in her right hand, and she turns around. The guy walks beside her, try to block the camera. And check this out. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. It seems like she's gonna put something in his pocket. See her right hand there? You see that? Very slick. Well, what you guys think?
May I please finish?
Incorrect and not
May I
credible.
have the courtesy of finishing?
What?
She has never been a witness in court, so no judge could ever have assessed her credibility.
What is your question, Mr. Camilleri?
Why are we listening to your story here today if it has already been ruled incorrect and not credible by a judge in court?
It has not been ruled.
It has. Well, this is not a courtroom. This is
Representative,
this is a committee. Why do you keep objecting to what I'm saying?
Representative, is there an answer to that?
Okay, you can go and ask the judge who denies that. Okay, I don't know anything about it.
So I have 19 things in my affidavit. I was at the TCF Center for 27 hours. I'm a mother. I have 2 children and I have 2 degrees. I'm very, I would never, I don't know any woman in the world that would write an affidavit under oath just to write it. You know, you can go to prison for this. My manager had came up to me. I had called my manager over to a specific tabulating machine. I showed him a number on it, which was close to 500. It should never go over 50. Ballots come in batches of 50. I said, we have a severe problem here. Nick, Autonomous, which is a part owner of Dominion. And he said, Melissa, I don't want to hear that we have a problem. He said, we are here to assist with IT. We are not here to run their election. That is exactly what he said to me. at that point, I was just really frustrated and upset. I could tell what was going on. I knew what was going on at that point.
What was going on?
He was in on it. He was in on it. They were all in on it.
You know what?
They were cheating. It was very, very apparent. It was apparent he knew. It was apparent that he was in on it. And when he caught on to me knowing that he was in on it, he just wanted nothing to do with me. And Nick said there was a big data loss. They started freaking out, stepped off the stage, got on their phones. I asked them what was going on. They said it was taken care of. Nick sent Samuel over to this warehouse for about 3 hours. When he got back, I said, "Where were you? Where'd you go?" He said, "I was at the warehouse." And I said, "What were you doing there?" And he's like, "Nothing, they just needed my help." Well, I said, "Where is this warehouse?" And he said, because I wasn't putting two and two together yet that I, was initially supposed to work there, because I never even looked up the address. And what I believe is it wasn't a data loss. It was actually when they found out Trump was ahead 100,000 votes, and they sent Nick over there to assist with these ballots that came in these vans full of ballots that people can attest to that they witnessed being carried out of these vans at the TCF Center. I didn't see any ballots being carried out of vans. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see anything being carried out of them, but I know people who have in the